Hi. So this song is called Indigo Tears, and in parentheses, in the end. This song was produced by Matt Wallace, who also produced Faith No More and Maroon 5 and the Deftones and many other great artists. It was mastered by MAOR APPELBAUM, who is also well renowned in the industry. I was very fortunate to have Josh FREESE, who has since joined the Foo Fighters, replacing Taylor Hawkins, play on this song and 9 others, 10 total on the album. And that's one of my favorite parts about this song I would like you to check out is the floor tom, African sort of tribal rhythms. And then the song is about me driving west from Texas and going in through Vegas and then LA, and then you see all the desert scenes and you see a lot of travel motif, cars and planes and such.
Move the goalposts beyond eternity. Soldier on, low and high. All my dreams lay dusty.
That is the drive from LA to Vegas. After you get off the 10 East, you go north on 15. And it's a long drive, especially if there's traffic and it's hot. And they basically say your car might shut down because the air conditioner's overheat in the desert out there.
On the shelf. Midnight blue wasn't.
When I was recording this album, I was living in Vegas for 6 months and commuting to LA to play with the band in Santa Monica and Hollywood and places like that, and other areas in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, I was recording with Matt at his Studio Deluxe, and that's in Van Nuys area off the 405 and near the iconic Sound City that Dave Grohl and so many great artists recorded at. It's across the parking lot. It's sort of like a U-shaped complex, and then there's a parking lot in the middle. So every day I'd park my car right there facing Matt's studio, and I'd walk out and there would be Sound City like 40 feet away with a mat that said Sound City on it. And in the 70s, a lot of the best albums and the hit albums that still are some of the best selling today were recorded there. And being a part of the history of that place was something very fortunate for me, and also meeting Matt and becoming his friend and having him help me get the message of these songs out to my sons so they can hear my side of the story. And also because of that and Matt, getting all these great musicians to help me get the word out as well. I'm very thankful to all of them.
Myself. My folks have died. I scribe here all alone. Decades past.
So yeah, my dream was to die in Los Angeles. I like Los Angeles weather. There's no humidity. There's the mountains on this side, the ocean on that side, cool people. The medicinal marijuana laws have always been progressive and at the forefront. That's good for my own health issues that I have. And the music, the people I've met there in Hollywood and Los Angeles playing live on Sunset Boulevard at the Roxy and the Rainbow and the Whiskey and Troubadour, all these places there are so iconic, and I just felt very fortunate to live there for several years, and I met a lot of great people through music. This part talks about the vaccine. Larry, my director, put in that image prior to this with the hypodermic needle and the vaccine, but the second dose of the vaccine, which I was required to take in West Hollywood in order to play at the clubs on the strip on Sunset, like the Rainbow, Weekly, and everything is kind of right there if you know the area. And they would require you to show a card that proved you were double vaccinated. and otherwise you couldn't enter. This was during the pandemic. But the songs were written in 2020 in Santa Cruz, California, in a yurt, which is like this huge, it's like a circus tent, but it had an oven and a sink and fridge and electricity and a fan, and it's pretty cool. I was up in the mountains overlooking the ocean and writing these songs, and they're written all on acoustic guitar. And then I found out that they changed my son's last name illegally, which under the law you're not allowed to change it, the name of a minor, if their parent hasn't been dead 7 years. And I obviously haven't been dead 7 years. In fact, I went to SOHAN's soccer game in Dallas, October 2019. I found out about it like 2 days before. So I just, instead of paying for an expensive flight, just got in the car and just started driving from Oakland and got there 2 days later and was at the game. So they know I'm around. So hopefully my son see these videos and hear this music. And the guitar on this album, and rhythm anyway, is Michael Ward. He has since passed away, unfortunately, I think, of complications from diabetes and other things that he had to deal with. But he was very proud of this song. I remember Matt and him were in the studio, and I was in Vegas, and Matt called me. He's like, "Hey, Mike wants to send you something he was proud of." And then I see it posted on Facebook, and they showed the recording of the intro of this song that we just passed, I guess, the instrumental part, and I didn't recognize it at all because I gave them the structure of my chord progression and all the basic instruments on the demo. I did, and wrote everything, and then I had real professional musicians make it sound better, and so they stripped it down and built it back up from the ground. And Mike's guitar on this intro, he posted it on Facebook, and I didn't even recognize the song because they had changed the arrangement a little bit in the beginning to give it a new twist, which is really refreshing. So I'm glad he liked it. Unfortunately, Michael Ward was in Plano, Texas, not too long ago, and that's where my sons are, where my house was, where my former spouse has moved in, her boss, and made him the stepdad, who's 70 years old, and she's 43, if you want to do the math. But Mike was posting from Plano. I think he was going to see his son. He left 2 sons behind, sadly. The younger one was really really energetic and really cool. I never met the older one, but Mike was pretty renowned. At some point, he was in the Wallflowers with Jacob Dylan. He opened up for them at Dodger Stadium. The Rolling Stones, that is. So yeah, he has a lot of stories about Robert Plant and Led Zeppelin, and a lot of pictures, and really good guy. It was really sad when we lost him. Can't say it wasn't unexpected, but sad nonetheless. He was too young. I think he was maybe 55, 56. But anyway, so I said, "Mike, my sons are in Plano," and he was in Plano at a hotel posting and giving guitar lessons online while he was there for his visit with his son, I presume. And I'm like, my office was right down the street as a tax lawyer, right down 75 on Central, and my house is just probably a stone's throw away from wherever you are, or hop, skip, and a jump. And he said, "I know, man, I know." And I said, "Yeah, it's kind of sad and ironic." But then I said, those songs that you played on and helped me with, they were all about my sons and for my sons. He's like, "Yeah, I know, man, I know." And then I said, "Call me." And I didn't expect the call to ever come. And the call never came. And then I saw Matt Wallace post on his passing. And so that's how I found out. But this song is sort of my memoriam of him. So that last image of the female is a recurring image of an actor or actress that is in a lot of these videos, and she's supposed to represent my former spouse. And a lot of the images are at like looking in a mirror or putting on makeup or in a bathroom with other girls at a bar or a club dancing or drinking. And so that's that person if you see that character come back. This last lyric was, "My children comprehend your missing life, haunting violet fears. You'll know in the end, you'll see who caused your indigo tears." Now the key word there was violet, the purple, and there's a lot of purple in this video, and I asked my director with Official Music Syndicate to have a lot of vivid colors, and I'm really happy with the job he did on this video and the editing.
Haunting violet fears, you'll know in the end. You'll see just who caused your indigo tears.
So this song is called Indigo Tears in the End, and there's this old clip of me playing some song that made me cry. I guess I was thinking about my son. It was around the holidays. I think, yeah, because Sohan's birthday is around the holidays and ISHAAN as well, Christmas time. And that was in New Jersey years ago, at least 4. I think that was that was probably the beginning of the pandemic, so 4.5 years ago. And he found it, and he's like, "I'm putting this in because the word tears is in the lyric of the chorus and the title." So he had me.
Crossing desert land. Bodies
So the lyric is crossing desert land, bodies slowly dying, fading memories, slowly going blind, depression at bay, drown in all their lies, never said goodbyes. Now I lay to wait here and die. My children comprehend your missing life, haunting violet fears. You'll know in the end just who caused your indigo tears. So you can see a lot of imagery about the Southwest and my life the last 10 years since Texas, and that's what this is supposed to represent, the constant moving back and forth and the life of a musician.
slowly dying. Fading memories. Slowly going blind. Depression at bay. Drowning all their lives. Never said goodbyes.
So that's LAX, and that was some scenes in Hollywood. The sign says the whiskey. It was supposed to be symbolic of the whiskey down the street from the Rainbow on Sunset, where I used to play in LA for the better part of 2021 while I was recording this album with Matt. We do mainly 2 songs at a time. I think one time we did 3 per session. And I'd come in from Vegas and record with him, and we got 14 songs officially done for the album. There was more that he worked on. There's a Radiohead cover, Street Spirit, and I believe some others, a Pearl Jam cover, but those never made it. Those are just B-sides at this point. The main album has 12 tracks. There are 2 other songs that are only for Japanese availability. That's an inside joke for the old people that know about the industry. But yeah, there was 14 songs. I guess those are bonus tracks for the VIP members. So again, the point is for my sons to understand what life was like for me while I was gone or after I had left Texas. And I think these videos do a decent representation of like life after being an attorney, after Texas, just doing law since 10 years ago in April, I think, was my last job as a cook. And I had 3 of those between being a musician as a profession versus being a lawyer. But so yeah, it hasn't been easy. It's been interesting. A lot of people that I've met, but I miss my boys a lot, and hopefully they'll see this soon, and I'll get to see them before I'm gone.
You're missing life, haunting violent fears. You'll know in the
That was me playing in Milpitas, California at a jam in probably 2019, 5 years ago, right around the time I went to SOHAN's game. Maybe right before that, a few months before that. And those guys were cool. It was a blues area. The Bay Area, there's a lot of old blues musicians.
you'll see just who caused your indigo tears.
I like the shots that Larry got of the constellations and the nighttime. My directive to him for the video when he said, "What do you want?" was I want a lot of night scenes. I want desert. I want stars, constellations, cars, concerts, temptation, like bar scene, bar band, marijuana, sunsets, basically the Southwest. This is a recurring character in all the videos as well, sort of the counterpart to the other woman. This actress or actor is she's supposed to represent the people that I've met since Texas, you know, in the last 13 plus years. But yeah, I'm still here alone. So they had the sitar scene there and the snakes. So this part is also supposed to be symbolic of during the guitar solo, the snakes that her family and the lies are, snakes in the weeds and the grass. And coincidentally or correlatedly, there's like Indian musicians and snake charmers, and I guess India has a history with snakes, not my part of India, which is Bengal, or my parents' part. I was born in New Jersey, born and raised in Voorhees, American citizen. But my parents were from India, and that's, I don't know where that might be in the north or the south or west, but we were in the east. And the sitar and the other Indian instruments, it was good to have those clips in there during this because of the nature of the guitar solo and the fact that I'm brown, and you know.
My children, don't breathe.
Also, I wanted to say that these next few scenes are about her going out and drinking and leaving the kids with me, which is fine, but not lying about it and saying you're going out with your girlfriends and meanwhile you're sleeping over in Fort Worth drunk or somewhere with who knows who, which I would find out later, names and such. But those are in other songs and other videos if you want to hear more of the story. But this is supposed to represent the irresponsible behavior. And so when there's women drinking and whatever, dancing like in a suggestive way, that's supposed to represent that side of the story. I'm normally on the stage or watching or sitting at a table supporting my friends, or you know, in the front row watching, but I'm not a big drinker. But I will say that marijuana has helped me with my medicinal needs as far as my conditions and my autoimmune diseases and other ailments, and just in life in general. So that sign that says watch for snakes and scorpions, Also, this tattoo on my inner left forearm, I got. It's sort of supposed to mirror that road sign that goes like this. That's supposed to say "Dangerous curves ahead." And so I knew I was getting this when I was leaving Texas, and I told Sohan. He was looking at his mom's iPhone, playing some video game or something, and it was an iPhone 1, I believe. And we were watching YouTube, and I said, Sohan, one day you're going to see me on Mama's pink phone, and he called it Mama's pink phone. And I said, you're going to see, and when I play guitar, look at this hand, you'll see on this arm. I chose this arm because it wouldn't be blocked by the guitar. I said, you'll see your names. I get your names tattooed. Sohan, Sajan, ISHAAN, ARJUN, BARDHAN. And so that's my elder son's first name, middle son's first name, middle name, and then the last name that I got from my dad that they took away, my name, my last name. And then I told him he'd get that. He'd see it on the video. So I was trying to explain to him that I was leaving. I didn't know how to do it. And he said, Baba, one day you'll see me on Mama's pink phone, and I'll be playing soccer, and I'll be number 10, Baba. And he made it to the Olympic Development Program, and the Los Angeles Olympics are in 2028. They only come to America like every 40 plus years. And then the World Cup is also in Los Angeles in 2026. So hopefully if that's what he wants to do, he makes it there. ISHAAN is a basketball and a swimming star. Sohan is a track champion and soccer champion. But anyway, so I pick him up from daycare the next day, or preschool or something. He was like 3 or 4, and he scribbled all over both of his arms, and that's why I have to show you this too, with black marker. And it looked like this. He's like, look, Baba, you're going to see me on Mama's pink phone and the TV, and I'll be playing soccer, Baba, which is Bengali for father. And he's like, you're going to see me, and you're going to see your name all over my arms. And I thought that was the sweetest thing. I just had to share that. I must thank all the people I met, the people who worked on this album, the videos, all the people I've met through music since Texas. Pretty much all my friends, anyone I know through the internet, I know through music. They're all music related or somehow connected to music, and so music is my therapy from the custody case in Texas, and which is why I quit law, because I thought it was unjust. And my sole catharsis is live performance, whether it's attending and feeling the energy and hearing it and seeing it and supporting my friends or the people that I've been sort of listening to for years, or even new musicians who inspire, because music is the universal language, or even if it's me on stage playing with my friends or my band. One of my favorite things is like on a basketball team there's 5 people, and this was track 5 on the album, and so I was usually the point guard because I was the smallest, but I could shoot and pass, and so but I had the ball in my hands a lot because I got to make the decisions because I was bringing it up the court. And I love the teamwork. My favorite part was passing. If I made if there was a backdoor cut or something, and then I threw a bounce pass like between the defender's legs or something, and no one saw it or expected it, and then my teammate got an easy layup. Yeah, he got the points, but I felt the pass was more difficult than just an open shot. Although I could make an open shot, let me kid you not. There's video of that on my channel as well. Check it out. But I had a lot of range because, like Steph Curry, being small, you had to shoot from far away or else you were going to get blocked. So I wasn't the fastest guy. I couldn't jump the highest, but I worked the hardest, and I got good court vision, and I was unselfish, and I had a lot of range. So that was one thing that helped me. I was out playing in the desert in LA and in some of these places too in my 40s, and I still had it before the vaccine. The reason I mentioned that, I forgot to finish the story, is I like the teamwork aspect of being in a band. And like in rehearsal, when we're rehearsing over there with the guys in the other studio, we face each other. So usually a band, if you see them in a circle, you see the alignment is usually the back line that's facing the audience, like the drummer in the middle, and then whoever's on this side, that side. And then basically the singer turns around. And once the singer turns around, it becomes sort of like a circle where everyone can communicate with their eyes or with the music or with words. So I love that teamwork aspect and the camaraderie of being in a band much more than playing solo. I feel like being in a band is like the sum is greater than the total of the individual parts, and that's why I was trying to make the basketball analogy about that. So like playing rhythm guitar in the band, I feel like it's point guard in a way. So if you get the basketball reference, I'm kind of talking to ISHAAN and SOHAN here. Sorry about that. That was me in 2019, right around the time I went to SOHAN's game in Dallas. The long hair and the beard. I hadn't cut my hair for like a year and a half or something. And then, yeah, so people wouldn't recognize. I had to point that out. But that's in Oakland, California. So that was a typical sunrise or sunset or both, a blend there. When I was living in Vegas, and it reminds me of that autumn and that summer and that spring in 2021. And so this video is just one piece of a longer story. The album is chronological and the videos are chronological as far as telling the story. So if you're interested in knowing more, you can check them out. There's playlists on my channel. If you like and subscribe or comment or share, that'll help me as far as the algorithm and the analytics and having the truth be heard by my sons. That's my last picture of me and SOHAN and ISHAAN together. That was December 25th, 2010, Plano, Texas, in my house. That's the front door. They still live there in that house. So if you walk in the front door, our backs are to the front door. And we all had matching sweaters that were going up to here, and it had snowed a half an inch in Plano that day. So it was technically a white Christmas as far as Texas goes. And so they're all excited. So SOHAN is 4 there. ISHAAN is 2. And there's me with my eyes beaming and my big smile. ISHAAN's smile lights up the room when he does smile. And SOHAN, you can see the soft eyes, and ISHAAN, the oval-shaped eyes, both of them, and the lashes. And yeah, I miss my boys. I used to look just like SOHAN. If you'd seen the old pictures and other videos, my parents can't tell us apart if I show pictures of us at parallel ages. But yeah, he is my doppelganger and twin. I used to have hair like that. He has great, beautiful hair. ISHAAN has great hair too, nice and thick. I can't say that for me anymore. But I still have my long curly lashes, if that's worth anything. Thanks for watching.